So hello, my name is Santiago Bañanos, and to present my evidence two, I picked Mexico City. So the climate in Mexico City is predominantly temperate subhumid, but it also has dry, semi-dry, and temperate humid climate. The water resources from Mexico City come mostly from rivers, canals, dams, and lakes. Among these, we can find Mixcoac, Churubusco, Chalco, General, and Salor Mixcoac dams, or very famous lakes like Xochimilco or Chapultepec. The waste management policies in Mexico City are aimed at preventing and minimizing it, based on a circular consumption approach through actions and processes that will help to reduce waste in each of its stages: generation, collection, storage, and disposal. There are several regulations and norms to this, such as the Waste Law of the Federal District, the regulation of the Solid Waste Law of the Federal District, and some NADFs, which are Normas Ambientales para el Distrito Federal. To reach its goals, the government has three main instruments in place. They are the following: the Programa de Gestión Integral de Residuos para la Ciudad de México 2021-2025, el Plan de Acción Basura Cero hacia una economía circular y los inventarios de residuos sólidos de la Ciudad de México. The air pollution state of things in Mexico City is pretty bad. The main sources of air pollution are car emissions, public transport, industry, residences, commerce and services, pollutants, and fires. Then the government will classify the effects of these into three main groups: the PM2.5, the PM10, and ozone precursors, which are formed when nitrogen oxides and organic volatile compounds interact with the sunlight. Here we can see four pie graphs of the distribution of the PM10, PM2.5, the organic volatile compounds, and the nitrogen oxides, whether they come from transport, residences, industry, or others. The principal means of transportation in the city are Metrobús, Metro, RTP, ST, Tren Ligero, Trolebús, Cablebús, Ecobici, and of course, particular vehicles. The number of vehicles in Mexico City in 2021 was a total of 6,081,017 vehicles, which came up to roughly a total of 0.66 cars per person. The number of inhabitants in Mexico City was of 9,209,944 people as of 2020, which is the last year this statistic was recorded by INEGI. So the average level of education in Mexico City for people 15 years or older is 11.5. This is the equivalent of getting to a second year of high school. In the graph to the right, we can see that kids aged 3 to 5, 72% of them go to school, 95% of kids 6 to 14 go to school, and people aged 15 to 24, just 55% of them go to school. Among the main economic activities, there are commerce, financial and insurance services, real estate services, and rental of movable and intangible goods, business support services, waste management, remediation services, and information in mass media. The unemployment rate in the third trimester of 2022 was 5.2%, which was lower than last year's 6.9% rated third trimester. And the city's GDP had a reduction of 8.8% in 2020, and it reached a value of 3,473,742 pesos. In order to get the tons of CO2 in the city, I did the following calculation based on the numbers per capita that were given to me. What I did was multiply the kilowatts and the liters of gasoline times the number of people, then this times its equivalent in CO kilograms, and then divide that by 1,000 to get the tons. Add those up, and we got 11,936,188.73 tons of CO2. For my traffic light model, I designed this to determine if my city was sustainable or not. If the city complied with 0 to 3 factors, it is in a red light and it was non-sustainable. If the city complied with 4 to 6 factors, it was in a yellow light and was neutral. And if it complied with 7 to 9 factors, it was in a green light and was sustainable. As we can see here, it only complied with 1, 2, and 3 factors, so it is in a red light and is non-sustainable. So in conclusion, I think that there is much work to be done for our city to become a sustainable one, because as we can see, the city only passed 3 out of 9 possible sustainability factors, and even the ones that it passed could be wrong, as the CO2 emissions indicator is based on my own calculations that are not official, obviously, and could obviously be mistaken very easily. The GEB and education indicators passed because they can pay off the debt they currently have, and because the education system is so bad in our country that getting to the second year of high school is much higher than the average. But when compared with cities from better managed countries, these indicators would probably look much worse. So thank you, and that's pretty much it.